Good morning, everybody. It is September 13th. I haven't done a morning podcast in a while, but today I am inspired to do one. And I thought we'd take a little time because I got a nice message from my agent, actually, my book agent, about the episode I did last night. She really liked it, and I felt it was a little flat. And I've been holding back, don't bring the fire and brimstone, don't do that, be nice, blah, blah, blah. And it led me to this one. I want to talk about what an independent is. And this has been brewing for a little while. I'm working on another project. I've got several going, if you can believe that. Book coming out in November, and then the next one is kind of picked itself. And it's an independent project. It's just me winging it. It's going to be a podcast. It's going to be a book. It's going to be photos. It's going to be all-encompassing, but it's going to be independent of all other things because I just want to do me. Just want to be me, do my thing, be nice to people, help people if I can, and just enjoy a project. And that's when the independent thing came up. I'm thinking the same thing. What is an independent? There's all kinds of people with all kinds of opinions, but here's mine. Here we go. An independent is somebody that is not beholden to either half of the uniparty. I don't care what the Democrats say. I don't care what the Republicans say. Neither one of them are stuffing money in my pockets. I don't want that. I want to be able to say, boy, there's a $4 billion with a B FBI building being proposed and probably going to be rubber stamped by the Congress. $4 billion. $6 billion just went missing from the Pentagon after how many failed audits. Oh, it went to the Ukraine, but we don't know exactly how and where. It's just gone. $4 billion FBI building. They need a new building. Okay, I understand the life cycle of a building. I understand that there's wear and tear. The J. Edgar Hoover building is old. Do we need to spend $4 billion to make a building bigger than the Pentagon for a failed agency? No, I can call bullshit on that. I can call total bullshit on that. No, we're not going to build you a new building. You failed. We don't reward failure. $6 billion missing to Ukraine. Again, more. We have Hawaii, who needs our help as a nation. That $6 billion could have rebuilt that whole area and put everybody right back in their homes if that's what we were inclined to do, but it's gone. Money spent, and mystery continues over there. I call bullshit on that. If I see corporations taking the tax loopholes that are available and legal and putting our jobs and good jobs overseas, I call bullshit on that. I'm not a corporate apologist. When I see our tax money being pissed away and our borders being wide open, and now I see the liberal policies, and yeah, I can call them liberal policies that I disagree with in New York City and Chicago, and all the people screaming about, oh my gosh, this is ruining our cities. Look at Texas. Look at the border states. I just heard a report that New York City, only 38% of them think we should build the wall, yet they're bitching that their city's being ruined by illegal aliens. They're not migrants. They're illegal aliens. They came here illegally. And call that. I don't have to say, oh my God, they're migrants and they're just trying to get away from oppression and they're asylum seekers. Some are. The unfortunate part is the ones that are honestly here as asylum seekers are just a fraction of what's here in the flood of illegal aliens. Estimates are that we've spent over 10 times, and we haven't spent it, we've just pissed it away, we've sent it to Ukraine, 10 times what we needed to secure our southern border. 10 times. That's a significant amount of money when Nancy Pelosi said there just wasn't any funding available for such a project. Sounds fishy. I can call bullshit on that. When I see the government calling the shots on industry, when I see them in collusion with big tech and big pharma, I can call bullshit on that. I read an article in the Detroit News talking about how 70% of the new orders for the new Mustang are V8. V8. It's not for fuel efficiency, it's what people want. Ford just lost $4 billion because of the EV program. and people are clamoring for this new Mustang with a V8, while all others are phasing their pony cars, muscle cars, whatever you want to call them, out. Not because people don't want them, but because they're not going to be able to make them because of the government. The electric vehicles, not electronic, sit on the lot 3 times longer than a regular car. Is that because they're not any good? No, that Mustang Mach 1 or whatever, Mach E, it's a pretty cool car. And if I was a millionaire and lived in a city, it might be kind of fun to have one. They sound cool. They're an interesting car. They have all kinds of tech. I like tech, but I'm 51 years old and I like a V8. And I've had people bitch at me and say, "Oh, Derek, the V6 is with the turbo and the 4 cylinders with turbo, better tech, better fuel economy." A lot more complex, a lot more things to go wrong, and it's not what I want. I don't want the government telling me what I want. And I especially resent when they try to take away what I want. And that's exactly what's happening. The grid's not ready. We're not ready. EVs are not the answer. I can call bullshit on that. When I see CEOs making 500 times what their lowest paid employee make, I can call bullshit on that. I literally have watched a CEO with his arrogance and blind stupidity. I'll call it stupidity because I'm that much against this person, but I've seen him destroy a company almost single-handedly because of arrogance. He's got all the paper, all the documents, all the degrees, all the things that make him sound and look really smart, but he doesn't know shit about people. He doesn't know anything about how the people, the men and women that make the stuff that he needs to sell, he has no idea. He has no idea their daily struggle. He just squeezes them, "Hey, we need to do more with less, which means you need to work harder for me." Nah. And he still makes a ton of money. He's got his fancy house in Florida, fancy house over here, fancy house over there. I don't begrudge anybody that stuff if they've earned it. He has not. I can call bullshit on that. Corporate welfare? I hate that word, corporate welfare. Stupid, but it's out of whack. When the pay scale is that vastly different, there's something wrong. Paying for failure is not part of the United States way. I call bullshit on that. Well, those are just some examples, and my swipe at using dirty words on a podcast. I didn't use the F word because I didn't feel that was necessary, but there's spots and there's times when I feel it and I want to say it because I'm that passionate and that upset. So today, what is an independent? Hopefully, it's most of us in America. Hopefully, it's everybody listening to this podcast. Derek, I completely disagree with you on that. You disagree with me? That's great. Let's sit down and have a polite discussion. Let's have discourse. Let's teach each other things. Let's learn from each other and our differences. More often than not, we're headed the same direction. We just have different ideas of how to get there. Now, quite frequently, just the same, there's people on the far edges of the left and right that want to be in charge. I don't. I don't care what you do. Don't hurt anybody. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Do your job. Have fun. Live life. Do all the good things. And yeah, we all, I break the law on a daily basis because I tend to break the speed limit. Is that as egregious as murder? No. My point is this. Be independent. Be an independent thinker. Check your sources. If all of your stuff that you're sending me shows that the left is bad, you might want to vary your sources. If all the stuff you're sending me shows how evil the right is, you might want to vary your sources. Diversify your portfolio of information. That's what an independent does. The right doesn't hold all the answers any more than the left does. You know who has the answers? Yeah, we do. We're the ones that wanted it to be left alone. That's all we wanted. Yet that wasn't good enough. So now we don't have that option anymore. We have to fight and work together to get this thing back on track. There's my podcast for today. Thanks for indulging me on this morning rant. I haven't done a morning podcast yet. This is the first one. I kind of enjoyed that. Mind is pretty fresh and come in from a crisp walk outside. Yeah, it's a little chilly out there in northern Michigan. But yeah, we're going to do these from time to time now too. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you an idea of what my version of independent is. And I hope to talk to you again soon. If you want to help out, again, like I said last night, and I'll continue to reinforce, We don't just need the money, we need the boots on the ground people, the people that are doing the work and helping push this thing forward. It's pretty fun to see all the responses we're getting internally here, so I'm going to keep going. Thanks so much for listening, and you have a great day.